it's Amy from Vagabond Youth. Today we're doing a question and answers video because I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys. So I asked you on Instagram and a ton of you sent me so many questions. So first off, Book of Allurement asks, how's Vadim and how are you? Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing very well. As you can see, I'm in my new space, and contrary to popular belief, I did not move in with Vadim. I actually moved in with my brother, who's older than me. And Vadim is doing pretty well, I would say. He's not here right now. Miss Dela Cruz asked, which country would you like to go to next? I want to visit almost every country there is on this planet, but I would say we are heading to East Asia next, so probably Korea and Japan. Jovita Watt asks, how different is life after college compared to college? And a lot of you asked me this same question, just how's life after college? But honestly, I graduated only 3 weeks ago, so I can't really say, because those 2 weeks I was traveling in and out to Boston and Iceland, so it's only been really a full week since I've been here, and I'm still doing a lot of housekeeping stuff, like moving in, throwing away furniture, getting furniture. Joyce Cam asks, what are your tips for an easy transition into college? I'm moving 7.5 hours away for college and it's freaking me out. That's a very big move, so congratulations and good luck. I would just say to keep an open mind, try to say yes to every opportunity. Surround yourself with people who you think you would get along with, and trust me, you're gonna meet a lot of wrong people in college, but I feel like that just helps you get closer to the ones that you're meant to be with, or the ones that you're actually meant to be friends with. Don't feel like you're alone in this. So many people go away for college, so many people want to make friends, so many people are afraid. If you see a girl sitting alone in the dining hall and she has no friends, go ahead and sit down next to her and just introduce yourself. That's what I did my first day, and I don't know, it really made my transition easier, because knowing that everyone else is in the same place as you, or at least in a similar place, really kind of makes it easier. Carleeds asked, did you film an Iceland vlog? I actually did film an Iceland vlog, so hopefully that'll be to you very soon. Mo Nagayama asked, Flaming Hot Cheetos or Sriracha? I love this question because so many of you guys asked me similar ultimatums, and I would have to say Sriracha if I'm being practical, because I can put Sriracha on pizza, pasta, chips, anything, and it'll be spicy. But Hot Cheetos is just kind of like an individual thing. I thought about that one. Papa Roni asks, music favorites right now? I've been really loving Now, N-A-W, I believe that's how you say it. I love her songs Fool to Love and Bad Blood. Jessmick asks, if I was a person on the edge of starting a YouTube channel, what advice would you give? Just go for it. Turn on the camera, edit that video, and just go for it. So many times people ask me, what's the first thing, or what type of advice? Just do it. The only person that is holding you back is you. Faka Defem, I think that's how you say it. Faka Defem asks, how do you deal with procrastination? I'm really restless at times and refuse to start on my assignment, and I feel shitty after that. I'm not gonna lie, I am one of the biggest procrastinators ever known. You can ask all my friends and family. I love doing things at the last minute. Honestly, what I could say with procrastination is just try to break things up into chunks and have a list of things to do. Make a game plan. So I don't know, for me, I love doing things at the last minute, and I worked in journalism for a year, so I feel like that's when I produce my best work, but I understand how stressful that is. Writing things down and having a physical game plan of how you're gonna do something or accomplish something definitely helps with procrastination. Lisa Yalala asks, do you ever feel judged for what you wear? How do you deal with being yourself and not caring what people think? I feel judged a lot for what I wear, but I also just don't pay attention to that anymore. I think just not caring what other people think comes with two things: time and confidence, and these are also at an intersection, because over time you will get confident. I just think over time you'll start to care less about what people think about you holistically, so the way you dress, what you eat, how you speak, how you walk, etc. And learning to be confident, which also again comes with age. So work on confidence, because anything you wear looks amazing on if you have great confidence. The Little Miss Izzy asks, what level are you up to on Best Fiends? I'm hooked since your favorites video, heart. I think I'm on level 40, I don't know. Audrey Harper asks, what restaurants in downtown LA do you recommend? Kazunori for amazing hand roll, Pie Hole for amazing pie, and Wurstküche for amazing fries. Abby asks, who or what do you use as fashion inspiration? I honestly don't have one specific place or person that I look to for fashion inspiration. I feel like I'm inspired by almost everything. Music videos, film, television, a billboard that I see, a mannequin in a store. Tractine asks, has your opinion on face makeup changed or stayed the same? Like you, I don't really like foundation, but so many YouTubers use it. There aren't many examples that don't. If you guys don't know, I don't use face makeup, and I had a huge breakout last year where it kind of forced me to put on a lot more concealer, and I'm still wearing a little bit concealer right here, but for the most part, even with acne, I don't advocate wearing a full face of makeup. I just think it clogs your pores and is not good for your skin longevity. So I don't know, that's just me. I'm a huge makeup junkie, but not in the sense that I apply it to my face and my own routine. I just love makeup as an art form. Miriam AMC asks, how do you deal with stress? I am naturally a very high anxiety, stressed out type of person. I'm always constantly thinking that there's somewhere I have to be, something I need to do, and so I get stressed out very, very easily. But something that I learned that helps me out a lot is taking myself out of the situation, or just taking a step back. Whether that's a big step, like removing myself from the entire environment, like going to the beach for a day, or just taking a step back and, you know, watching like a YouTube video. So for example, when I was studying abroad in London, I was at the London School of Economics, which is a really prestigious school, and it was unlike any study abroad program that my friends had been to. I was in class for almost 10 hours a day, every day, and so there was very little time for me to see the city. And on the day before my final, I decided to go to Stonehenge and see one of the wonders of the world, and I was freaking out because I was so unprepared for my final. But going to Stonehenge actually put into perspective how little and minute this detail of my life is, you know, passing this exam, and I just started to feel super less stressed out, and I was able to go home that night and study my brains out. I actually ended up getting a perfect mark on my final. I don't know how that happened, honestly, but yeah. And whenever I used to get stressed out at UCLA, we lived really close to the beach, so I would just take a drive down, and that would make me really tranquil and ready to go back into the world and do what I needed to do. Because a lot of times we think these things are do or die, but honestly, you don't take these things, your degree, this test grade with you to the grave. And so I think that's really important, to have a healthier mindset about these things. You're doing them because you want to, and because they're good for you, I guess, right? Rosalie Nilology asks, I don't know, if you had to wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would you wear? Black skinny jeans, leather jacket, like a white t-shirt, and probably some black boots. There she goes. YT asks, what's one thing that we don't know about you? Alienmoji. Even though I am extremely afraid of heights, meaning that being on the last rung of ladder scares me, and being on a balcony gives me the heebie-jeebies, I still have gone skydiving, cliff jumping, parasailing, and hot air balloon riding. And I guess the last thing on that list to check off would be bungee jumping, which I may or may not do, but I really don't want to. Futuristic Human asks, what advice would you give to your younger self? So I think in high school, I had a very non-conformative attitude. Even though I had a blast in high school, I had a lot of friends. I've been to every dance, both of the proms, and I even won Best Dressed in high school, which is really annoying because I didn't want to win it, which is a whole nother story. But even though I had a great time, I always thought to myself, you know what, none of these people after high school are ever gonna matter to you. All these people who annoy you or bother you or you just don't like, it ain't no thing, you know what I'm saying? So I would go back and tell myself that you are 100% right, Amy. All those people you just didn't care for in high school, you never ever have to speak to them again after high school, so just keep on keeping on. Geos asks, if you were to major in something other than communications, what would you have majored in? I would 100% go back and do graphic design. When I was younger, that's originally what I wanted to do, but I told myself, oh, I don't want to be at a computer all day getting fat and doing computer work. But as we entered the 21st century, I realized that everybody sits on the computer all day regardless of their job. So that's definitely where my heart and my passions lie, is in graphic design. Bhavani845 asks, what is your race and ethnicity journey? 100% Korean, but I was born I'm 100% Korean, but I was born in America. To be honest, I think growing up being Asian American, you're not fully 100% American because of the way you look, but you're also not fully Korean because you assimilated so well into American culture, and you've never been to Korea at that point because you're born here. So I feel like growing up I had a lot of racial tension in me because I didn't understand who I really was. But I'm happy to say after that pubescent phase, I really love and own and take pride in my culture. I even have a Korean tattoo, which I'll talk about later in a tattoo video. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out my Instagram and follow me if you want to be featured in my next Q&A video, because that's where I'll be letting y'all know when I'll need the questions. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!